Yesterday we introduced right triangle trigonometry and the ratios sine, cosine, and tangent. And today we're going to talk about how you can use those to solve for missing parts and pieces of triangles. So, first thing is we're looking at these two triangles, and can the Pythagorean theorem be used to find the missing sides of either of them? And the answer is no, and they're not special right triangles either. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about if you're given an angle and two sides of a right triangle, how you can use those ratios sine, cosine, and tangent to help solve for the missing side of a right triangle. And that's when the Pythagorean theorem won't work because you don't have enough information. So if you remember from yesterday, we talked about the three different ratios. So we're just going to review what those ratios are. So the sine ratio, if we're looking at side A, angle A of this, we're going to call this the adjacent side. This side the opposite. And the hypotenuse is always the longest side. Okay? And then if we're looking at angle B, this side is the adjacent, this side is the opposite, and this side is the hypotenuse. Again, the hypotenuse is always the same. The part that changes is the opposite and the adjacent side. So the adjacent side is always the one that's touching the angle that we're referencing, and the opposite is the one that's across from it. So it's opposite from the angle of reference. So the sine, remember, of an angle, so we're going to call it angle A, is always opposite over the hypotenuse. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday. The cosine of an angle is always the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, you guys, I'm struggling. And the tangent of an angle is always going to be the opposite over the adjacent side to whatever angle we're referencing. Okay, so those are what we practiced setting up yesterday. Today we're going to actually plug in angle measures and solve for missing sides. So first we're just going to review how to write those sine, cosine, and tangent ratios. So in this case, if we're looking at angle T to start with, the sine of T is 12 over 20. The cosine of T is the adjacent, which is 16 over the hypotenuse, which is 20. And the tangent of T is going to be the opposite, so 12 over the adjacent, which is 16. Okay? So again, and then we can do the same thing for G. So for the sine of G, we want to look at the opposite over the hypotenuse, so 16 over 20. And the cosine of G is going to be 12 over 20, the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And the tangent of G is going to be the opposite, which is 16 over 12, which is the adjacent side. And so you'll notice that if we're using the same right triangle with the same measures, that the cosine of angle T is the same as the sine, the ratio is the same as the sine of angle G on the other one, and then the sine of angle T is the same as the cosine here. So, and that should always be true. Okay, so now we're going to move into how to actually use this. So now if we're given that angle measure, and it's super, super, super important that you make sure that your calculator is in degrees mode, not radians. And so usually it says like deg, rad, like there's just, and then I don't remember what the G stands for. Anyways, there's degrees and radians on most of them. We want it in degrees because we're talking about degrees in a triangle's angle. So the first thing is we're going to figure out which trig ratio we want to use. So it says to measure the height of a tree, Alma walked 125 feet from the tree and measured up the 32-degree angle from the ground to the top of the tree. Estimate the height of the tree. So what we're trying to figure out here is this height of the tree. So we're going to call this x. Okay, so if we were to write this trig ratio, we would say we're using the opposite side, which is x, and then we also have the adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent means we're going to use tangent because we have no information and we don't need the length of the hypotenuse. Okay, so we're going to do tangent of 32 degrees, and that equals the opposite, so x, over the hypotenuse, which is 125. Okay, so then we want to solve for x just like we would any other time. So we're going to multiply both sides by 125. And then we're going to get x equals 125 times the tangent of 32. Okay, and so now is when you're going to plug in the tangent of 32 into your calculator. So what you want to do is you want to type in the tangent of 32 in whatever calculator you're using, okay, and make sure it's in degrees, okay. So the tangent of 32 and then times 125 should give you about 78.109. If we're rounding to the third, we'll go to the thousandths here. It asks us to estimate, so that's okay to round. And it doesn't say how far, but we're going to stick with that 3 decimal places. So it's about 78.109 feet tall. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Try and figure out another trig ratio here. Okay? So here we have a 20-foot wire supporting the flagpole, and it forms a 35-degree angle. To the nearest foot, how tall or how high is the flagpole? So we have to first figure out which side we're trying to find, which is going to be this side here. And that's the side that's adjacent to that 35-degree angle. And then we have the length of the hypotenuse. So we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, which means we're going to use the cosine ratio because it's the adjacent and the hypotenuse. And so we're going to do the cosine of 35 equals the adjacent, which is x, over the hypotenuse, which is 20. Multiply both sides by 20. And then we get x equals, so you do the cosine of 35 times 20 in your calculator, and we're going to get about 16.383. Okay? And so it's about 16.383 feet. Okay? All right. Next one. We have to label all these pieces. It says a right triangle, so it's a right triangle whose hypotenuse is 18 centimeters. It contains a 65-degree angle. I'm just going to say this is the 65-degree angle. Whoa, 65 degrees. Find the lengths of its legs to 1 decimal point. So now we want to find both of these, and so we'll call these x and y. Goodness. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is find x. So if I'm looking at x, x is the opposite side. And then we have the length of the hypotenuse. So to find x, I'm going to do opposite over hypotenuse. So, sine of 65 equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Oops, 18, gosh. And then to find y, I would do the cosine of 65 equals x over 18. Now I can solve both of those. Y over 18, geez Louise. Okay, so now I can solve both of these. So first on this one, I want to multiply both sides by 18. And then I get that the sine, 18 times the sine of 65 degrees equals x. And that is going to give us 16.3 about. So that side x is about 16.3 centimeters. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing here and solve for y, multiply by 18 on both sides. So 18 times the cosine of 65 equals y, and that's going to be about 7.6 for y. Centimeters. Oh, 7.6 centimeters. Sorry, my pen's not registering on my computer. All right. So again, it's just picking and choosing those parts that you're going to use. All right, here we're looking, and now we have this 39-degree angle, and again I need to figure out which sides I have. I don't have the hypotenuse, so I can immediately say it's going to be the tangent. Okay, and so I'm going to do the tangent of 39 equals the opposite, so 10 over x. Okay, so here's something we haven't seen before. So we can go about it this way. So what we're doing is we're going to multiply both sides by x, because we want that to eventually be by itself. So then we have x times the tangent of 39 equals 10. And we can divide both sides then by the tangent of 39 to find that missing side. So then we get x equals 10 divided by the tangent of 39, which if you do 10 divided by the tangent of 39 in your calculator, you should get about 12.349. The other option here is you could figure out that this is a 51-degree angle using what we know about triangles and do the tangent of 51 equals x over 10. And then we could just solve it like we have been with the other ones. Okay, so then we get that x is equal to 10 times the tangent of 51, which should also give us 12.349. Okay? All right, pause this now and try both of these. Try and find the values for x here, and then I'll put the answers up in just 1 second. Okay, here's the answers for these. For this first one, part A, to get x, you want to set up the tangent ratio because you have the opposite and the adjacent side. We don't have the hypotenuse. And so remember, whenever you don't have the hypotenuse, that's automatically going to be the tangent ratio. And then on the second one, you're going to set up the cosine ratio. And this one, the x ends up on the bottom again. And so you have to go through a few more steps to get the x is 20.921. Please let me know if you have any questions. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to solve these types of problems with missing angles. And you have a good day.